What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a hotel room in the middle of Albany, New York. It's lunchtime. Let's get it on. All right, lunchtime at the games. Amanda has it right. Whoops. There you go. Lunchtime at the games. Yes, Barry, I made it. I made it yesterday afternoon a little bit. But it was a crazy drive up here, man. Like the first day went great. The second day, not so much. Thriving metropolis of Albany, New York. Yeah, I was trying to figure out like what I could compare it to. Like it's definitely smaller than Columbus, Ohio. I don't know. It's got a nice, healthy piece of downtown, I guess. I don't know how I would describe it. It's really weird. What happened second day? I don't know, Judy. Like it felt like time was standing still as I was driving here. It just, for some reason, never got quicker. We were rolling along, and every time I looked at the clock, every time I looked at the mileage, it didn't seem to move. I don't know if it was just my excitement of trying to get here and trying to figure all that out, but man, just took forever. Then I got here. I'm a Bonvoy member of Marriott, so I had checked in on my phone, brought my phone up to open the door. It wouldn't open the door. So I'm sitting there with a cart full of equipment and my luggage and no way to get in the door. Had to call front desk for help. I don't know, just crazy. Appreciate the daily updates. No breaks, anything for the fans. You know it. I just want to hang out with you guys, man. Just because I'm on the road doesn't mean I don't want to hang out. So, yeah. The good news is the drive back is always shorter. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm going to be really tired by the end of this weekend. So I'm working on a couple projects. Going to try to get some content out in the next day or so. Last night I hung out with Hattie over dinner. Got to talk to her about a lot of stuff. So that's got off to a good start. Yeah, that's going pretty well. As Bruce said, it is pouring down rain up here. Like it's not just raining, it's coming down in sheets. Got to the arena today, got the press credential, got the sparkly enhanced band. And then the arena was closed for everybody. So wasn't even able to get inside to see anything. Sorry, just got back to the room a little bit ago. So wasn't able to see inside much. If you go outside the arena, one of the streets, Pearl Street, completely shut down. Vendor Village, it looks like, is being built there. Looks pretty massive. I hope there's more. So Jody Lynn, that cough. Yeah. What's funny is since I've been here, it's actually gone away completely until I tried to talk into a microphone. I had the best night of sleep I've had, in months last night. Weather.com has a forecast of 5% chance of rain tomorrow. If they are outside, the rowers could get affected by weather. I'm hoping that they can get that one in the morning. I haven't seen any announcements. I know that the athletes were taken out to Jennings Landing this morning, where they got to see where they were going to line up, where all the stuff would be. They did that in the rain. So I'm assuming if they're going to do that in the rain, they might as well do the event in the rain. I just don't know what the effect that would have on the rowers, and would the rowers even be usable after that? And those fan blades would just be spraying the athlete nonstop for those 3,000 meters. So yeah, Moyo, I have no idea, Moyo, if there's going to be contingency or not. Not a clue. Will there be anything going on after dinner to walk around and see? I don't think so. I think today they've pretty much shut everything down. They're just letting people get set up in that vendor village area. I think from a CrossFit perspective, there's really just not much going on. Kevin Doyle making jokes. They may not need the ice baths after all. It is not warm here right now. 60s maybe, 60s with pouring down rain. If this is what they're running in, they're not gonna have to worry about overheating at all. Lido, full of optimism. They just need to cover the PMS screens, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's all fine. Yeah. So yeah. So got to the arena, got my passes, got shown kind of where I'm allowed to be, how to get to the sidelines during an event, how to get back to the back. It looks like there's an area we have to be escorted through to get from sideline to the back area. So that's going to be interesting. We'll see how that goes. I did today get my first selfie request, but I don't think it was for being a podcaster. It was actually Jethro, owner of Chief Nation CrossFit. We were both wearing Mets hats, so he wanted to get a selfie of the two of us wearing a Mets hat. Rain shouldn't affect anything. They did the run, swim, run in the rain. Rowers will be fine. Yeah, I think the only thing is the fan will probably spit water at the athletes. That's about it. Just watch the Hiller video. Clearly, the town is very up to speed and jazzed about the games being in their town. Yeah, those who know about it. My Uber ride back from the venue, my Uber driver wanted to know everything about CrossFit. And everything was like, that's cool, bruh. That's cool, bro. Bruh, you're kidding me, bruh. I'm like, yeah. So he actually, after I told him about it, I think wants to buy tickets and come see it. But everything was a bruh at the end. But it made for a quick Uber ride back from the venue. Take lots of photos, please. I'm having FOMO. You need to live vicariously through your posts. Well, I have actually kind of two photographers going this weekend. And then myself, we're all going to be equipped with cameras. So we should have lots of stuff coming out through the channel. If you followed any of the events this year, eCaptures has been shooting for me all year. And he's going to be shooting for me this weekend. So he does a great job giving an artistic flair to the photos. So I'm jazzed about that. He's jazzed, bruh. You should have matched his bro with your jazzed. I should have been thinking. Could have promoted the show. Albany seems to have more of a Woodstock vibe than an NYC vibe. Yeah. I'm not sure we're all the way to Woodstock. I'll tell you, it almost feels like Jersey. And I know that's probably like a big, big slap in the face to the people in Albany. Jose Reyna, just watched the Khalipa podcast topic. Is anyone watching the CrossFit Games? I am. Not concerned about everybody else, but I'm watching for sure. Crystal, thank you for the updates. Are you covering the Masters 2 later this month? Yes. Yes. Masters are my people. I'm not ever going to leave them behind. I'm doing a full behind the scenes of the Masters CrossFit Games. So that is still happening. Jamie is competing. Carolyn is competing. They are both ranked very high going into this games. So it's going to be fun to watch the leaderboard and see how they do. My guy, Brett Owsley, is going to be at the games as well. He was one of the stars last year. Yeah, buddy, so jazzed. So yeah, do you really think there's a problem that people won't be watching the games? I mean, if we're to believe what the WFP said, they had 500,000 people watch the WFP online. Now you have the option to watch on DAZN, an app where it's super easy to watch. You have YouTube. I know Barbell Spin put out something this morning about all the ways you can watch. There's actually 4 different ways you can watch the CrossFit Games. They're not blacking out anything for anybody. Everything is going to be covered. All the events will be covered. Crystal, awesome. My husband is competing too, and I hope to meet you. Love to meet everybody. The road to the games they have posted seem to have gotten a good amount of views. Yeah, I looked at the numbers. Like the Danielle Brandon, Annika Greer one was over 100K. All of them were pretty much over 50K. Some were at 80. So they're doing pretty good, I would say. And those aren't even like the competition. Those are just the stories. Oh, yeah, Denise Moore's going to be at the Masters CrossFit Games. Can't forget about her. Benita's so obsessed that she takes vacation days to watch. Hiller's video from today reminds us that the public at large is undefeated. Yeah, pretty much. What I saw today was a lot of what you've seen in Hiller's videos. I'll say that. The highlight of my day is I was checking in. I went to check in, and there was Amanda Hari, one of my best friends in the media space. It was awesome to catch up with her. Hoping to do dinner with her tonight. And one of my first features coming out is going to be a profile on her. Because she does things very differently than most of us in this space. And I want to give you a glimpse at how she sets it up, where she goes to do it, how she records those updates. Because it's wild, man. If you saw how she sets those up and talks into the camera, it's pretty wild. So I think one of my first features coming out, vignettes, will be a short little profile on Amanda Hari. So we'll do that. I have some other ideas. I need to catch up with Allison today. Lots on the to-do list today. Because tomorrow we crank it up, man. Did she have her doggy? Leave her doggy? She left her doggy for sure. And that is always a tough thing for her. Amanda's great. I've been watching her for a couple years. That'll be great. Isn't she an actual journalist or reporter? She is. She was actually telling me today that because of an earthquake in Russia, she was actually sent to the coast because they were under a tsunami warning to do some reporting on a tsunami in Northern California. And it turned out that nothing happened. So, yeah. I've requested enhanced access. When will they let me know if I got it? Joseph, I think you're SOL. I will say, while I was getting my enhanced access and talking to Amanda, one Miss Lauren Khalil walked in. I don't think she saw me. She didn't say hi or anything. I am kind of small and tiny. Tiny Clydesdale over there in the corner probably didn't even see me. But she's here. So I did get to see her today. I got to see the fittest photographer. He's one of my favorite people in the media space. And got to talk to him. Interesting story from him. Maybe at some point I'll share that. Maybe another time I won't. I don't know. But man, it is really pounding home some of the things I've been talking about over the last couple weeks about the WFP. And he filled me in on some stuff. Corey says, yeah, you're pretty easy to miss, Scott. I know. I'm just this twig of a human over there in the corner. Meredith, I really enjoy Amanda's level-headed approach to covering the sport. She's awesome. And I really want to, she gets great numbers. She does really well. She doesn't need me to promote her. I just want people to know like all the work she puts in and works a full-time job on top of it. And because of her full-time job, there's things she can and cannot do while reporting on CrossFit. And so she has to ride this balance line between the whole thing. And I want people to see like she has a true love and passion for this, because if she didn't, she wouldn't have to do it. And the hurdles she has to overcome to do that make it even harder. What did you think about the uniforms? I thought the fits looked pretty good. I think if you look like those men do, the fits were perfect. If you look like me, you'd look like a beanbag sack on the floor. Fergie says, Lauren has been poisoned by Tommy and Sean. She used to be so straight news, and now she buys into the woke CrossFit nonsense. I can't go down that road. Sean and Tommy have been nothing but kind to me in my career in the space. Tommy had my back early on when nobody else did. So I am not going to put her in that and lump her in with that. I think it's other things. And her and I have had this conversation. She reached out to me last week. We DM'd back and forth several times. We had a very brutally honest conversation about my thoughts, about her thoughts. And hopefully that it ends whatever beef there may or may not have been. But she's not the only bad person in this space either. Like there's a lot of people who get away with a lot. And it looks like all of that is changing under this regime of media people. And that's the karma I was talking about. She is one of them. She isn't all of them. And so we'll see how it goes. Again, her and I had a conversation. We talked it out. I don't know if we came to an agreement on anything, but she knows how I feel. I know how she feels. My hubby and I appreciate all you do for the media space, along with Sevi, Hiller, and gang. We aren't able to attend the games, but are beyond stoked to watch. Did Carolyn get her sorted out, her uniform? I don't know. She's been so busy, And I've been embedded with Hattie for so much. I have not seen Carolyn yet in person. Just where I get in the text strings, and she's been MIA because of other things there. They've really kept them busy. Hattie kind of described it to me as sensory overload. They get here, they're kind of moved around a lot, in and out of different temperatures. And then like it was inducing headaches and things like that. And so hopefully today they all get to kind of take a breath, reset before it ramps up tomorrow. We saw Carolyn in her tank, definitely not an F physique. She hates wearing those tanks, man. I know she has requested full shirts. I don't know what's happening there. Velites also selling a 375-pound backpack. We thought Noble was expensive. Have you seen the backpack? It's got magnets that hold everything in place. It is completely waterproof. I love my Vindicate backpack, and I love it to death. But if I was doing photography stuff all the time, I would get one of those waterproof backpacks to protect my equipment. That would be why I would want that. Now, do I need it for my Metcons and my wrist straps? I don't know. Trained Olive. Carolyn showed off the guns. Yeah, I don't know. Did you see the footage of her going up the pegboard? She went up that like it was nothing. Brandon Lecoq. That backpack is dope. Totally worth it. Yeah, Hattie had hers in the room last night. It's pretty damn sweet. How jazzed would Carolyn be if they fitted her for skates for one of the events? I think jazzed is a great word, and I embrace it, but she would be more than jazzed. They can only produce a limited number of them too. That's why they're so expensive. That's what the owner said on Pedro's interview a while ago. There you go. Kevin Doyle, I ordered a skipping rope and lifting belt from the Community Cup gift card. The belt was too small and the return process couldn't have been easier. That's awesome. Customer service is hard to find, man. Especially with the shots of the athletes sitting out in the pouring rain, I bet that backpack was coming in handy. There you go. What I find interesting is they have to wear their uniforms all the time now, whenever they're on site or whenever they're at a briefing. They only get so many uniforms. And then you take them out to Jennings Landing this morning in the pouring down rain. They're getting soaked. And that's one of their uniforms. So I guess you go back to your hotel or your Airbnb and you hang it in the shower and hope it dries for one of the events. I know like Hattie was trying to figure out, she got 9 outfits. There's 10 events. One is a double, so she can wear the same for those 2. And the back squat probably doesn't make her sweat very much. So She's sitting there like trying to figure out how she's going to work this out so that she can wear a dry outfit, a dry, clean outfit for every event. Joseph Ramirez, it is not 200 different pieces. It is, I think, nine shorts, 9 shirts. Have a safe trip, Brandon. Yeah, I don't know of anything going on tonight. What I'm trying to do is meet up with Alice and Scuds, meet up with Ishmael, my photographer, meet up with Amanda to start her profile. Those are things I have on my agenda. Fiona, yeah, that's stupid. The outfit should be for the events only. Yeah, it is in the agreement that once on site, you have to wear your uniforms to every briefing, every event, everything that goes on. Carolyn did say they gave her a 20% discount code if she needed more gear. I know she did make a request for 4 t-shirts. I do know that she did that. I don't know where we stand with that, but I'm interested to see what happens. Yeah, Lido, sadly, it's a lot more than what you get for Masters, and you guys have 4 days of competition. What event are you looking forward to the most? For me, it's the back squat. That is my home run. That is my jam. That is something that I could maybe compete with. It's probably the only thing in my arsenal that I could actually compete with. And so I'm anxious to see what the numbers these guys put up are. Any reason they shortened the games this year? If it used to be a 5-day party, I mean, sports event. I think just with everything that happened last year, probably signing the contracts, getting the venues just happened a lot later than anticipated, which limited options. So I don't know. What's the time here? It is 12:45, I think. 12:43. Pretty sure that has been the case for years. I recall seeing athletes in uniforms at briefings. It has been the case for years, Andrew. I think they got a lot more uniforms in the past, though. I think Reebok and Noble really went overboard with options. And there was stuff. I know when Christy came home from the games at our gym, there was stuff she never even took the tags off of. They got so much stuff. Because she would actually take that stuff and donate it to gym members, her jerseys and shorts and stuff like that she didn't use. Velites has Games t-shirts for sale but won't ship until December. That's freaking insane. There is a revenue stream that CrossFit has been missing out on for years, and that is jersey sales. If you're coming to these events, you have a favorite athlete. You want to support your favorite athlete. Go to any other sporting event, look in the stands, and people are wearing the jersey of their favorite team and their favorite player. And we don't even give the option to do that in CrossFit, which is asinine. They are screen printed t-shirts. How hard is it to run a bunch of those for people who want them? And now you can't even get a generic game shirt until December. Who wants to celebrate that they went to the games 5 months later? Thoughts on the back squat format? My hope is that they have, like they did with the sandbag clean, that they have 4 lines. People come up, they make their attempt within 30 seconds, and then they go back. The next person comes up. And then as people are eliminated, you do a tiebreaker to see who wins the tiebreaker. And then you just keep it moving. As you get to less and less people, then you move the racks down to 2 or 1 or whatever it needs to be. The 5 days was including age groups. Take those out. It cuts it to 2 days. Yeah, I don't know if we're down to that much, but I like 3-day events. The athletes might go harder knowing they only have 3 days competition and not 5. Doesn't Noble still owe people jerseys? How does it take them so long to print a jersey? It's a screen printed t-shirt. Do you have the blank shirts? You just screen print it on there and you're done. It mind-boggling. Yeah, same with me, Train Olive. Wadapalooza, I ordered 2 jerseys to have signed and put in my backdrop. They took forever to get here. It was well after Wadapalooza when I got them. Maybe like that was when it was in January. Maybe got them in March. It was ridiculous. So Tier couldn't keep up. Noble couldn't keep up. Yes, Andrew. It's not difficult to do custom shirts in an event. Rogue does it. At the Rogue Invitational, they do custom shirts all weekend long. Did you all see Holy Balls discount 25%? I did not. My wife has been making Holy Balls forever. I think it's just peanut butter protein powder, a little bit of honey, maybe some chia seeds, and then she either puts, and I think some raisins. At the 23 games, Noble sold out athlete jerseys, but they sold out quick. Yeah, because there's a demand. A demand. Wow. Can you imagine that? Most businesses look at the demand and then they try to meet that demand. Apparently not in the apparel of CrossFit. Is that a Hattie shirt? It is. Hattie Canyo. Wow. Agree, Scott. They're missing on huge opportunity with shirts. So much. They've known who the games athletes were going to be for a while now. They could have had template design and ready months ago and just produced them once they had the names. Yeah. Honestly, like go watch Rogue at one of the Rogue events, and they have the screen print on the paper that they use or whatever, and they grab the blank shirt, they grab the template, they put the iron press on it right there, and it's done. So you're not overprinting shirts. You're just meeting the demand in a customized way. Vindicate to the rescue. Yeah, I think Travis would want more than just that as an opportunity. He'd want some other assurances, probably. Where's Kill Taylor happening? I don't know. I didn't get to see anybody today. I got to see Amanda. As I said, I saw Lauren walk by me. But the venue was closed to us today. We couldn't even get in and say anything. Brandon says, Lupe, I think it's at their Airbnb if they can't get equipment at the venue. Ryan Aldrich says, the Holy Balls ones hit a bit different. The ratios are perfect. Well, hopefully they're here this week and I'll try one. I've never had one. Do you need to get permission of some sort to put athletes on shirts? Maybe that's what the issue is. The only permission you would need to do is to get the CrossFit Games logo to make it look like a real jersey. You'd have to get permission from CrossFit, so they would get a cut. And then lately, they've been giving athletes a cut of the profits, and that's how you get them to agree to do it. It's not overly complicated. And in other sports, they're not cheap because the cuts go to the league, the cut goes to the athlete. So they're not cheap, but my gosh, at the 23 games, I think, or 22, people were fighting over Justin Medeiros jerseys. It was insane when they did that. That's how big the demand was. Heidi, it was a Kleenex, not a dryer sheet. I think it is a vendor issue for sure. Oh no, they're not here. Hopefully next year. Kill Taylor was moved to 5 p.m. Yeah, just like college and NFL, player gets a percentage. Any possible twist this weekend? I don't think we're going to see much. I think that Dave is just enjoying going back to the roots of straight up CrossFit. The old bait and switch. Velites had an ad running for 35% off, but the code is for 10% off. Isn't that something? Just like used car dealerships, the old bait and switch. Weight vest predictions. I'm not good at the programming stuff. That's why I have Carolyn and Jamie. I don't really understand it as well as they do, but I'm guessing it's in that double workout that we don't know yet. Scott spells league. Yep, I do. It's going to be awesome straight up CrossFit this year. They just need one of those machines to press athletes' names on shirts. What am I missing? Any travel sports tournament has those. Yeah, I think they do have to get permission. If you want it to look just like the jerseys of the games athletes, you have to get the CrossFit logo. So you probably have to get permission from them, give them a percentage, give the athletes a percentage to use their name, and then you're probably gold. Trained all of things gymnastics with the vest. Joseph wants to turn this into a radio contest here at Hot FM 101. People are going to be wearing a weight vest all day. The last to remove it wins. Can you wear a weight vest going to the can? John George wants to know what the app streaming the games. It is DAZN. 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 It's been around for a few years. It's really known as like a fight app with a lot of boxing and MMA type stuff. But they're dabbling into other sports. I really think it's a good partnership for CrossFit. What am I most excited to cover this weekend? Well, my biggest project is the Hattie project, and that is being embedded with her for the entire weekend and making a full documentary of what it's like to be a games athlete at the CrossFit Games. Last night, I filmed her asking questions while she was eating her pasta. Here in a minute, we're going to go to her room when she's getting body work done. We're going to talk to her body work guy and her during that time. Going to get some stuff with her coach, Tristan. And then it's going to be full behind the scenes all weekend with everything going on. Any reason to use the app instead of YouTube? Well, I think the reason the app is important is it's available in 150 countries. And that there's no blacking out with it. So I'm sorry. It's going to help out that there's no app, or there's an app that's going to help with global expansion and in all those other 150 countries. Sorry, as I was talking, I hit the button to shut off the mic. So, hopefully I'm back. It's showing that my mic is on again. No? Yes. So I think that's where DAZN comes in. It really is going to help globally broadcasting in all 150 countries. Rewind 2 minutes. So we were just talking about DAZN and the importance of DAZN. Why would you watch it and not watch on YouTube? And watching on it, probably for us in the United States, doesn't mean a lot. You can still watch it on YouTube just like anything else. It's DAZN is in 150 countries. So that allows them to get global expansion with a partner without a lot of work. And DAZN needs content as much as CrossFit needs a broadcast partner. And together they can work together to fill each other's needs, which is going to work way better than being with a behemoth like ESPN, where you don't really matter. You're just another thing on the schedule. And I think that partnership with DAZN may be one of the biggest pieces of news that have come out of this CrossFit Games. Kevin Doyle, a new member. Thank you so much, Kevin. We truly, truly appreciate all that. Scott's audio disappeared just like the Epstein files. So I think I covered everything that I missed. That you guys missed. Ukrainian billionaire owns DAZN money. It may have money behind it, and that's great, but it doesn't have as much content as it needs to run nonstop with content. So they need to make partnerships, and hopefully they'll have the CrossFit Games. They'll have it available to stream after. You can watch it over and over again on it. And again, its reach is 150 countries with no blackouts. Fiona hated ESPN. Well, the problem with ESPN is it would put you on ESPN Plus, forcing people to pay for it just to see. And so this way you don't have to do that. Clock just saw CrossFit Games live, stream for day 1, scheduled for 20 hours. For now, 6 a.m. For me, okay, now I'm getting a little excited. IMG was involved with the deal as well. Yeah, IMG is one of the backers of DAZN. And I only know that because I'm a big fan of Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee actually broadcast on DAZN before he was on CBS and the DraftKings network and then eventually ESPN. But he was on DAZN for a while. Thank you, Brandon. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We can use all of that. I blame Disney for screwing up ESPN. That's an easy thing to say, but broadcasting has changed so much over the last 10 to 15 years. So I think that's why it's smarter to go with an app than a broadcast company. Streaming is taking over broadcast. All right. John George just downloaded the app. Looks pretty clean. I'll give it a shot. Yeah. And I've been encouraging people, just download the app. The more downloads of the app happen during the CrossFit Games season, the more DAZN will see how important it is to keep a partnership with the CrossFit Games. If you want to support the CrossFit Games, download the app. It's free. Just download the app. And then they'll see the amount of downloads that happen over the weekend during the CrossFit Games. There you go. Katie Schaefer, everyone have their Heat 1 app picks in. I have my top 10. I have not started the shot caller yet. I need to get on that tonight. I'm the worst at the Heat 1 app. I just can't get all my picks in every year. Something stops me for some reason. But anyway, we've gone long today. I've got to get over to Hattie and do another piece with her. Maybe we'll do a wrap-up show tonight. I got to talk to my people, see who's available. Or not a wrap-up show, but a preview show tonight. And then we'll do wrap-up shows the whole weekend. So with that, let you guys get back to work. We'll be either back tonight or sometime this weekend. We'll talk to you all now. Later, guys.